I cover one model from Google and they release yet another and then yet another. In this video, I'm going to show you a hands-on demo of Google's DeepMind AlphaGenome. We are going to install this model in Google Colab and we will see how exactly this special model works. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. DeepMind's AlphaGenome is a deep learning model designed to predict the effects of genetic variants, particularly in non-coding regions of DNA. Now, this is something very specialized and it is domain specific, but I think the impacts are overarching and far reaching. Its architecture type uses a UNet style design with an encoder decoder structure, enabling the model to capture both local and global patterns in genomic sequences. This setup allows AlphaGenome to analyze DNA sequences and predict how specific genetic variants may influence gene expression, potentially identifying genetic causes of diseases and accelerating research in personalized medicine. In practical terms, AlphaGenome could aid in diagnosing rare genetic disorders by pinpointing something like pathogenic mutations, so informing treatment strategies. In the pharmaceutical industry, its predictive capabilities might streamline drug discovery by identifying potential therapeutic targets more efficiently. Additionally, in agriculture, understanding gene regulation can lead to the development of crops with improved traits. Plus, there are a lot of other advantages which I could go on and on. And my apologies for this blurred comparison, but this is what Google has shared, and this is what is showing some of the variant effect tasks which they have performed. Now let me take you to this free Google Colab and we will get it installed, see how it works. So this is the free Google Colab. Now one thing you would need to do is to go to the website or the GitHub repo of this model and grab an API key, which is free, but still you would need the API key, and there is a lot of controversy around it, which I will just mention a bit later down the road in the video. So I'm just going to install some of the prerequisites, especially this AlphaGenome one in Google Colab. It's a free Google Colab. You can also access it at colab.research.google.com and just log in with your free Google account. While that installs it, let me also introduce you to the sponsors of the video, who are Camel AI. Camel is an open source community focused on building multi-agent infrastructures for finding the scaling laws with applications in data generation, task automation, and world simulation. Please do check them out. Their link is in video's description. Okay, so that is installed fairly quick. Next up, let's import all of the libraries which we have installed. Some of them come pre-installed with Google Colab, and that is also done. Next up, we need to instantiate or initialize the model with this API key, and as I mentioned, this is a free API key which you can grab from the GitHub repo of this AlphaGenome project. Just click on this get API key and it will just ask for your use case and stuff, and you will get your free API key. Of course, there will be some limitations on it, but there is an API key for you to use. So let me go back to Google Colab and put in my API key and then initialize it. And the model is now initialized. I have saved it as a secret in this Google Colab. Now let me run this. You see, so this is something called as output metadata. Now this is what AlphaGenome primarily supports. So it can make predictions from DNA sequences, and these are the output types it supports. Now I will be honest, I have really no idea what exactly they mean, but some common search tells me, for example, that this RNA sequence, it is an expression that is measured by RNA sequence, and it includes a mixture of something called as poly A plus RNA and total RNA assays, and there are some stranded things and then some of the non-stranded things. But look, I'm not the domain expert in this, so I'm I will just stop here. So I don't really want to say something which I have no clue about. So if you are that domain specific person who is aware of this really fabulous field, then please also share your thoughts about these models and these outputs in the comments. Please enlighten us, educate us. I'll be very, very grateful. Anyway, so now we know what output types are available. Let's now predict a sequence. So let me paste the command here. What this command is doing, it is telling us that AlphaGenome predicts multiple tracks per output type, covering a wide array of tissues and cell types, but predictions can be made efficiently for subsets of interest too. So you can see that here we are making DNA DNAS sequence prediction as specified by output type in a subset of tracks corresponding to lung tissue as specified by ontology terms for a short DNA sequence of length 2048. Okay, so let's run it. So that's run, and now this contains an output object which primarily contains predictions. Let me show you. So this is the DNAS type, and this contains prediction for all the different requested output types, and in this case only output type is DNAS. Now all these predictions for genomic tracks are stored inside this track data object. Now also what you can do, you can check out its shape if you like, which is primarily much required thing. Sorry, it will be print. This will be really useful for the data engineering side of things. And then if you want to check out all the metadata associated with it, you can run something like this, which is going to show you all the metadata describing each of the tracks stored in this dot metadata object which I have just run. So you can see that in this case there is only one output track, so the track metadata return only one row. This track metadata is especially useful when requesting predictions for multiple tissues or cell types and when dealing with stranded assays. So for example, if you want to check out a similar sort of concept, let me run this. In this example, instead of one, we are going with the two, and two ontology terms simultaneously. So now if you print that metadata, it will show you multiple lines. There you go. So, and there are a lot of other things, you can plot them, you can use them, but all in all, I believe really good stuff. And this is not the first genomic DNA related model Google or others have released. I have been covering these models for a long time. So AI is not just about generating images of cat from text or just writing some role play. I think this is one area where AI can make a real difference. Now, the only whinge or nitpicking I can do about this model is that it's restricted access through API, because if you want to reproduce this and if you want to be open about scientific research and if you want to be transparent around sharing of data and code to facilitate broader validation and exploration of these AI powered DNA tools, I think this should be open. But there are a lot of other I would say arguments from the other side too. So let me know what are your thoughts on it, whether this should be open source, open weight and Apache too, or what would you like to see with in terms of licensing and usage of this model. Please like the video and share it, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do so as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.